Fractions, video 2. What up, 6th graders? So this is our second video in one day. I told you I owe you some videos. Okay, so today's video, the previous video, which is literally uploading right now, is all about just basic multiplication of fractions. This video, which is video number 2, we're going to go over how to multiply a fraction times a whole number, and a whole number times a fraction, vice versa. And then we're going to get into a mixed number times a mixed number. Okay, so let's go over a fraction times a whole number. Okay, so we have 4/5 times 6. Okay, in class again, we looked at patterns, and I asked you, look at the patterns. What is the rule? And you guys came up with the rule. So the rule that you came up with, which is the correct rule, is whenever you have a whole number, when we're multiplying fractions, you want to make the whole number into a fraction. In order for you to do that is you just put it over 1. That's it. You just put the whole number over 1. And then you just multiply it like we normally do. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And then on the previous video, I showed you how to cross cancel. Remember? Because I personally don't like doing numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, because I get big numbers. So I look across. Is there a number that could go into 4 and 1? No. How about 5 and 6? No. So then I have to go old school. Numerator times numerator, which is 24. Denominator, 5 times 1 is 5. Then you stop. You ask yourself, can you reduce this? No. Then the second question you should ask yourself is this an improper fraction? It is. Numerator is bigger than the denominator. So you make that into a mixed number. So this should be 4 wholes, because this is 5 times 4 is 20, and you have 4 left over, so 4/5. And that is it. That's how you multiply a fraction times a whole number. Very simple. Let's do another one. Let's do 14 times 2/7. You're multiplying a whole number times a proper fraction. Okay? So basically what you do is, remember, whole numbers need to become a fraction. And in order to do so, you put it over 1. Every number in the world, you can put it over 1. It doesn't change its value. So I like doing the X method. You look across. Is there a number that could go into 1 and 2? They have to both go into it? No. How about 14 and 7? Well, yeah, 7 could go. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 divided by 7 is 1. You know me, I like recopying everything, make it look neater. So I have 2 over 1 times 2 over 1, which therefore gives me 4 over 1, which is just basically 4. And that's my answer. So that's how you multiply a fraction times a whole number, or vice versa, whole number times a fraction. Now, let's get into what we learned today in class, which is a mixed number times a mixed number. I'm going to do some of your homework problems that I assigned to you. If you're in period 4, I'm doing some of your homework problems. If you're in period 5, then this is extra practice. So here we go. I'm just going to randomly choose problems. Number 1. 1/5/7 times 1/5/8. So you're multiplying a mixed number times a mixed number. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. This is going to be very difficult, Mr. Hernandez. Not really. It's actually pretty simple. So at the beginning of our fraction unit, we talked about converting mixed numbers into an improper fraction, or going backwards. So the way you do this is you multiply the denominator times a whole number, and then whatever you get, you add it to the numerator. Once again, denominator times the numerator, and then you add whatever's on the top. So 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 over 7. Let's go to the next one. Same process. Denominator times a whole number. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 5. Mr. Hernandez, what are you doing? 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 5. 13. 13 over 8. And boom. Now you know how to solve this. Where's my green marker? I like using numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Oh dear Jesus. 12 times 13. Have no idea what that is. I do know. Here, I can prove you. Look, 144 plus 12, 156. You see that? But I don't want to use that. I'm going to use the x. Look across. Is there a number that could go into 12 and 8? Well, 2 could go into it, but is there a bigger number? I don't want to be... Let's just use 2. Let's just do 2. 12 divided by 6 is... there you go. There's your answer. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Then I stop myself and ask again. Is there a number that could go into 6 and 4? Yeah, 2 could go into it. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. There it is. Now I look across. Is there a number that could go into 7 and 13? No. So that's it. Let me recopy this, make it look nicer. This is 3 7s times 13 over 2. These are easy numbers now. 3 times 13 is 26. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 goes into 26 one time because I know that 14 times 2 is 28. That's too much. So therefore, I know the denominator is 14. Okay, so 14. I'm at 14. I have to go to 26. 14 to 20 is 6. 20 to 26 is another 6. So that's 12. 1 and 12 14ths. Then I look at this guy right here and I ask myself, is there a number that could go into 12 and 14? Yeah, 2, which therefore this becomes 1 6 7ths. And then if you look at your little puzzle, where is it? 1 and 6 7ths. 1 and 6 7ths. Wait, did we make a mistake? Yes, why didn't you guys say anything? See? But see, I'm not going to give up. I made a mistake. You didn't say anything. 3 times 13 is not 26, Mr. Hernandez. That's 39. I thought it was 2, sorry. So that's okay. 39 and 14, so that's 14 goes into it 2 times, which gives you 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. 11 14ths. Is it there? It's right there. So that's 2 11 14ths. And that's it. Is it a lot of work? Yeah, it is, but it's actually pretty easy work. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. 5 1/2 times 1 2/10. Okay? Turn these into improper fractions. I already showed you how. Multiply the denominator times the whole number, which is 10. And then 10 plus 1 is 11 over 2 times denominator times the whole number, which is 10 plus 2 is 12 over 10. Now we like doing the x method with my green marker. Is there a number that could go into 11 and 10? No. Look across. Is there a number that could go into 2 and 12? Yeah, 2 could go into it. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then let me just write it better. 6 over 10. Now I could do numerator times numerator, which is 66 over 10. There's various methods. The other problem, you could have solved it 2 ways. You could have turned this into a mixed number right away, or you could keep on reducing. So I'm going to show you 2 methods. Method 1 is turning it into a mixed number. 10 into 66 is 6 times. 6 will give you 60. So I have 6 left over. 6 6/10. Ask yourself, can you reduce this? Yeah. By 2, so now it's 6 3/5. That's one method. The other method for this one was, well, I could see I could reduce this easily. I could reduce this by 2 here. Gives me 33 over 5. Now I could turn that into a mixed number because that's improper. 5 goes into 33 6 times. And a lot of you guys are having trouble with this. What I'm doing mentally is long division. 5 goes into 33 6 times. 33. This is what you learned in elementary school. This is your whole number. It's like a backwards. That's your whole number. 6. That's your numerator. And that's your denominator. and notice that you get the exact same thing. I don't care what method you use, regardless, you will still get the same answer. Okay, so that's that one. So we already did 2 homework problems. Let's do more. The benefits of watching the YouTube videos. Mr. Hernandez does your homework. 2, 3, 6, and I'm not telling you which problems I'm doing though, times 1, 8 tenths. Okay, same deal. I can't trick you on these. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15 over 6. Over here now. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18 over 10. Oh heck no, I don't want to multiply those big numbers. That is way too high. Too high of the numbers. So I look across. What number goes into 15 and 10? 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 10 divided by 5 is 2. I look across here. What number goes into 6 and 18? Well, 6 could. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Now, I'm just going to recopy it because that looks sloppy to me. And look, ugly numbers into easier numbers. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay. Could I reduce this? No. It's improper, so I'm going to turn it into a mix. For those of you that don't know how to turn it into a mix, it's little division. 2 goes into 9, 4 times 8, 1. So the answer is 4. I go like this, 1/2. Or you could have done repeated addition like I showed you. So this is, if you look at it visually, your model is broken up into 2s. So this is 2 over 2 plus 2 over 2. That's 1 whole, 2 wholes. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 over 2 is 6. I want 9. 2 over 2 is another 8. That's 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. But I want 9, so I need 1 more half. So that's 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, 4 wholes. 4 wholes and 1/2. 4 and 1/2. You could have done it that way too visually. So that's that one. One more? Let's do one more. Okay. Last one, I think. Let's do 2 2/9 times 1 3/4. Okay? 2 times 9 is 18, plus 2 is 20 over 9. Dang, big number. 4 times 1 is 4. And then added by 3. Sorry, I heard it's still recording. See? That's what scares me. I teach all of this and all of a sudden, click, it deletes. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7/4. Okay? I don't want to do, you can do, well, this is going to be 140 over 36. Good luck reducing, but I don't want to do that. I want to do the x, cross canceling. What number goes into 20 and 4? 2, 4. I'm going to choose a bigger number. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Look across. Is there a number that could go into 9 and 7? Well, just 1, so that one doesn't count. So let me recopy this. 5 9 times 7 over 1. 5 times 7 is 35. 9 times 1 is 9. You stop yourself and ask, can I reduce this? You can't, but I could turn it into a mixed number. So if those people that don't know how to turn that into a mix, 9 goes into 35. Don't say 4 because that's 36. So I'm going to have to say 3, 27, 8. So it's 3 8/9. 3 8/9. I can check it. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 8. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Yep, that is the answer. So that's how you multiply mixed number times a mixed number. So what you do with the mixed numbers is you turn the mixed numbers into improper fractions. Once you do that, then you do the X method. So that's one of the things I taught you in this video. The first thing I taught you in the video is how to multiply a fraction times a whole number. The only thing you do with the whole number is just put it over 1, and then you do the same old fashion of multiplication. On the following videos, we're going to start jumping into division, which is the best part, the most important part in 6th grade in terms of fractions, where we're going to have to utilize your skills of multiplication when we're dividing fractions. But that's on the next video. And that's it for this one.